good enough to ship and get out there. So that's what I have right now. I might, if we have time, I might do a quick landing page teardown of this and maybe even do like an A/B test of, you know, how I might change it. Oh, you can't hear me. Okay, you can hear me now? Okay, good. So, like me to share. Maybe I'll put this over here just so I can see it. All right, so yeah, this is the landing page. A few things that I changed from last time. Let me pull up the last landing page I had. I did the other launch exactly a year ago today. So this was the landing page from last year. The images are broken, but you get kind of a sense of how it looked. I had 3 tiers last year, and that section down below. Hey, how's it going? Good to see you from Ireland. That's awesome. And so for this year, I wanted to change a few things. I don't love the headline, but I wanted to achieve a number of things. First is I wanted to communicate what is the primary struggle of the audience and who is this for. And I also wanted to share kind of what their dream of a better life looks like. And so the primary struggle is they don't feel like they're good at marketing and they want to get better at it. Part of their vision of a better life is being able to learn the skills they need to build and launch a profitable product. And down here below, I also have this idea of a path to product success. So again, maybe this is the big struggle. They don't want to build another software product that no one uses. They want to discover what people will pay for before they start coding. And then I did this drawing of what a journey might look like, where I'm trying to take them. And in this case, it's to everything from starting where you have no audience, no product idea, and no revenue, all the way to launching and growing your own product with paying customers. So those were some of the ideas. Again, like I said, I felt like this was just good enough to launch. I feel like I'm going to continue to optimize, especially this first part. And for example, one person said I should move this quotation, "A software developer who understands marketing is unstoppable." They say I should move that up top here to replace this one. So that might be something I test in an A/B test. And again, if I have time, I would, yeah, I'd like to show you that. Yeah, and it's either Sergey or Serge. Figure out marketing. Yeah, that was another keyword that people used. A lot of this is from surveys I've done where people said, you know, I want to get better at marketing, or I want to figure out marketing, or I can't grok marketing. That was another one that came out of just talking to different folks on my mailing list. So yeah, the other thing I like about this page is there's this button right at the top, and then underneath it says, so you can enroll now. And if you click that, it takes you to the sign up page where you can pay for the course. But there's also this link here where it says start for free. And I'm going to start testing this, obviously, but I think my hypothesis is that a lot of folks are going to click this link, and this takes you right into the course, into the first lesson, and allows you to start playing the first video. And you can get, I think it's 1, 2, 3, 4 of the resources for free. You can also watch one of the bonus interviews here. So yeah, there's a lot of just being able to give people the option of seeing the product for themselves, I think will have a big payoff. So I'm going to test those. Those will be the primary things I'm testing in my A/B test. What else do I want to show you? I think I maybe also want to show you, like, just quickly, because when you're doing everything yourself, you have to be resourceful. And so how come I can't? There we go. I'll just show you how I'm doing, for example, stuff like this. These drawings are just done in Keynote. So this is what it looked like. I'm just drawing these in Keynote. You can see I've got, these arrows. At first I used this layout and it was just too long and too small. And so then I changed it to this. And again, I'll probably change it once again to make this copy even louder. This is also how I did the illustrations for a lot of the screencasts. If you're on my email list at justinjackson.ca/newsletter, you might recognize this drawing here. And yeah, these are all just little elements I made in Keynote. And it does a good job. It really helps, like, for this kind of diagram or illustration, it's really quite good. So that's how I made that illustration there. By the way, if you have any questions about launching, how I launch, etc., let me know. There's another thing I wanted to show you. I'm only going to be online here for about 30 minutes, but I wanted to show you how I'm doing some of the emails I sent today. So I spent a lot of time writing these emails this morning. You can say at 10 a.m. I was doing this. In the book, I talk about the importance of engaging with influencers and building relationships with people that can help you spread the word. And so I'm not sure if this is big enough for you. Let me try to really make it quite large. So this is an email I wrote to Rob, and it was just basically saying, last year I launched the Marketing for Developers book. It's launch day again. I'm relaunching it as a self-paced course. You've been incredibly supportive of my work in the past. If you'd be willing to send, oh, I have a typo on this one, send an anniversary tweet, that'd be awesome. And then I gave them some copy that they could tweet, or they could just click to tweet it. And there it shows up right there. To do this, by the way, you get your copy like this, because you have to encode it. And you just go to URL encoder or decoder, and you paste it in. Let's see that. And you encode it, and then you copy it. And you'll see up here, it goes https://twitter.com intent tweet text, and then you just copy it in there. And then you've got this basically click to tweet type link. And so that's the link that I included in my emails. So I wrote like a bunch of these to different friends, and the results are over here, right? So I've got all of, I should make sure I should try to hide my messages here. But these are all people that ended up tweeting it because of this work I did. And I wrote each of these emails individually. Everyone wants to automate everything, but I was just like writing these and saying, hey, I'm doing this again, and if you could help me out, that'd be great. So you can't always automate everything. Oh yeah, the other thing I did is, hopefully this doesn't show, I don't want to show anyone's emails, but I also reached out to the first customers that signed up. I wrote them an email like a personal email manually and just send it from Gmail. So that I also think is important to, when you get paying customers, to reach out to them right away, especially the first customers, and give them a starting point, thank them. And I also gave them a pre-made tweet if they wanted to share it with their friends. Actually, that's one thing that really surprised me, is the number of people that were willing to share the launch with their friends. I'm glad I included messages like this, because so many people have been sharing it on Twitter. And if I hadn't asked, I would have never, they wouldn't have done it. So that's pretty cool. Hold on, I got to talk. My wife is asking me a question. Cool. So why don't I show you folks a B test? So let me see if I can bring that up. And I'll bring this over here. And again, if you guys have questions about, how I spend my launch day, that'd be great. Oh, I forgot to show you the email I sent this morning. I think that's, before we go too far, I should show you that. So, okay, just give me a second. I know that this is kind of laggy, but I just wanted to kind of show you what this looks like. All right, so this is the email I sent this morning at 5 a.m. Pacific. And I found, I've tried a bunch of different launch day emails, and this format continues to be the one that really works. Let's see if I can get this way bigger for you guys. So this idea of it's here, clearly saying what the product is, and then hinting about the deadline. I've also been trying to use color in my emails because, well, first of all, this isn't in context. You're not seeing this in Gmail, but if you open a lot of emails one after the other, you'll see, like, if nothing kind of jumps out at you when you're scanning an email, especially when you haven't loaded the images, it's a lot easier to just click that delete button. And I've found that when I include little shots of color, symbols, emoji, things like that, I just get better engagement. The other thing I found is that when I'm doing a launch, having like this big, long, bulleted list of what's included, that approach kills everything. Like every time I try something different, I just don't get as good of results. So yeah, doing this approach has really worked well for me. Having a combination of links and buttons like this as well really help. Social proof, whenever I haven't included, a review that someone else has given, those emails don't perform as well. Oh, and this is what I was telling you from before. The cool thing is that I can't believe how many people ended up tweeting this message. So even if they weren't able to buy right away or they'd already purchased, they were able to tweet. It gave them something that they could do, which is, yeah, kind of cool. All right, let me show you an A/B test. So I'm going to click New Experiment. We're going to call this Marketing for Devs Launch Day. In the URL of marketing.xyz or xyz if you're Canadian. Create the experiment. It's just going to load it up, load up the editor. This is Optimizely. In the course, I have a complete tutorial on how to use this. So one thing I'm going to do is drag this element here down and move the other one up. So I'm going to go all the way down. Sometimes sometimes this doesn't work with the code, but we're going to try it just because, to tell you the truth, under normal circumstances, I'd probably just copy the HTML from one to the other, but this is one option, right? And actually, I think, so I'm going to move this one down. I'm going to move the other one up, but I'm going to cancel this because I actually just want to, I'm going to edit the HTML, and I'm just going to copy this and put it at the bottom, and then I'm going to put the other one at the top. Most of the time when I'm in Optimizely, I just end up using HTML view, mostly because then I know it's not going to mess with anything else. Okay, so there's, just move that there, and I'm going to go to the top and edit HTML, and then that there. Oh wait, oh shoot, I forgot to. Now I need to grab it from down here. I just want the block quote. There it is. Okay, let's go back up. HTML. And how come it's not working? Try clicking done. There we go. So that was a recommendation from someone in Slack. So now I've got, in variation 1, I have this quote at the top. Usually the first thing I'll do is I'll set up goals for each test. The default one they give you is engagement. I used to always remove this one, and then my friend Jacob Lunowski from, what's his site called again? I'll think of it in a second, but he does like hundreds of A/B tests. And he said sometimes engagement can be helpful, but typically you're interested in who's clicked the, in my case, the enroll button, and who has actually converted to a customer. So I'm going to put clicked enroll button, and just going to go through and select these. So there's one there. This is the start for free button. I'll make that a separate goal. There's the second one, and I think that's it. So when people click on the enroll button, that will be one goal I'll be tracking. The other one I'll be tracking is start free button. Tracking clicks on that. Unfortunately, the course platform I'm using right now can't track conversion events. So normally I would create a product confirmation page that would fire an event that would say this person has converted to a paying customer, but I can't do that today. So I'm just going to have to do with clicks. All right, so now I have clicked enroll button. I've got engagement, start free button. Probably one more will be clicked subscribe button. And this one I can actually track the conversion event. I'll show you what that looks like. Just let it load. Okay, so I'm tracking all of those, but then I want to track this one. Oh, I've already got that as a goal. Okay, so let's go back. We'll add a saved goal. Unfortunately, I have a ton that says subscribed, but it's this one here. Edit it, make sure it is correct. Perfect. Oh wait, that's the confirmation. I need clicked first. See if this is it. Nope, this is a different one. This is why having good labels is important. All right, here's the right one. I'm just gonna make sure this is the right one and then I'll add it. Yep, okay. Perfect. So save that one. Oh, sorry guys, this is probably super, super boring. Okay, that's the right one. I hope. Clicked subscribe button. Yes, okay. Sorry, that was bad labeling on my part. You know what, I'm gonna fix that right now. Click subscribe on Dev Marketing homepage. I don't wanna make that mistake again. And then, as you saw before, I have a conversion event. So if people subscribe to getting the email course, they get sent to this page here. And that fires some JavaScript for Optimizely. It's right here. And let's Optimizely know that, yes, that person is actually subscribed. So I'm going to add that as a saved rule right here. So then I'll actually be able to track conversions, which is really cool. And actually, maybe I'll show you what that looks like. So all I'm doing is the goal name, what to track, page views. So because I have the snippet installed on that page on thank you, when someone lands there, I'm going to do just a simple match and say, okay, the person has subscribed to the list. All right, so those are the goals for the page. What else do I want to do here? So I've moved this quotation up. We've talked about making this headline better. And one thing I wanted to test was I had something on the Marketing for Developers Twitter account. This headline might be interesting. Tired of shipping projects that fail to get traction. So as a variation, again, I'll edit the HTML. I could paste that in and make that part of my variation 1 here. So we'll see if, you know, just changing that headline might be enough to make a difference. We don't really know. I think I will keep this here. And that might be all I test for this one. Actually, let's add one more variation because Serge had that idea for figure out marketing. So let's try Serge's. Oh wait, did you notice something? It's using, for variation 2, it's also using that quotation at the beginning. I think to make it fair, I'm going to duplicate this variation so that when we're testing them both, this quotation's at the top of both. So I'm going to duplicate the variation. I'm going to rename it variation 2. And again, this is a really quick overview, but in the course, I do a deeper dive on A/B testing. Okay, so now I'm going to edit this, and we're going to type in figure out marketing. Figure out your marketing. See how that looks. I mean, this headline feels a little bit awkward to me, but I mean, that's part of the idea that's probably part of the reason that you do A/B testing, to see if there's one variation that outperforms another. So let's try it. I just need to save my changes. Okay, and now it's running. If we go back to the results there, it is says it's running, hasn't had any visitors yet. One way you can test, Optimizely's preview doesn't always work, but one way you can test is just open up a incognito window, and in this case you can see that it is it's working, because this is variation 3, right? So we're going to let that run. I can show you my results from a previous test. And after this, I'm probably going to have to go. I've got to grab dinner for my family. So I just ran the original versus a variation. I didn't wait until it had statistical significance, because to me the trend was, I was seeing the trend, and that was enough for me to want to change it. I can show you what they look like. So this was the original. Hopefully this works. Oh, see, now it's just showing me the new test, so that's not going to work. But I wonder if it'll show me variation, if it's got that saved. Might be too late now. Yeah, too much has changed. Essentially, I just changed a headline and a subheadline. That was it. And these were the improvements: plus 16% in engagement, plus 22% in terms of people subscribing to the list, and plus 18% in terms of people that actually subscribed. So you see there's a difference between these numbers. Some people clicked but didn't actually go through all the steps and subscribe to the newsletter. So yeah, that is a little sneak peek into doing an A/B test, a simple A/B test. And unfortunately, I got to run. So thanks for everyone that came and hung out. That was awesome. I did this really last minute and wasn't sure if I'd have time. But thanks for everyone that's already bought the course. Thanks for everyone that's tweeted it and shared it. If you haven't checked it out yet, devmarketing.xyz. And like I said, you can click on that start for free link and get a free preview. All right. See you later. Bye.